smokers, Warren Buffett has money to blow. For those of you who do not know, he has $116 billion sitting in cash on the Berkshire Hathaway balance sheet right now, guys. Basically, Berkshire Hathaway makes $1 billion plus in profit every 3 weeks. So every 3 weeks that goes by, Berkshire Hathaway just made another $1 billion plus, guys. So he's got a ton of money sitting on that balance sheet. He wants to make a big acquisition. So what I did in this video is I took 5 companies that I think are the most realistic companies that he could possibly buy, that he might be interested in. And one of them is a little more unrealistic, but the other 4 are definitely realistic possibilities. And I'm going to kind of share with you like his thought process on why he would decide to purchase a certain company and whatnot, because I've studied this guy for about a decade now. So now all these picks are highly speculative because none of them are like he said anything about it in terms of, oh, I'm thinking about buying this company. Oh yeah, this such and such company, I might want to buy them or something if we can get the right price. He hasn't said anything. I'm just kind of like looking at it from the perspective as I've been studying this guy for a long time. I know kind of like what companies he likes, and I think these are real possibilities, guys. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know which one of these 5 you think is the most realistic. I would love to hear from you guys. And by the way, make sure you get in my stock market membership group within the next 48 hours. Basically, the price is over doubling if you don't get in there by March 1st, which is like 2 days from now. So make sure you get in there if that is a place you want to be. All right, guys. So basically, the first one is Deere and Company, okay? John Deere. This company has about a $54 billion market cap on it currently. I could see him picking this one up for somewhere between $75 and $85 billion, so he could easily afford it, right? Forward PE on this one, under 15. They're obviously a very easy business to understand. This is right up his alley. They make tractors, okay, and also some construction equipment and whatnot. That is right up Warren Buffett's alley. A business that he can easily understand, okay? It's exactly what it is. And it's a very profitable business. Warren Buffett loves companies that make tons of profit and are profitable each and every year. This company consistently makes profits, and now they're up to a point where they're making really like $2 billion plus in profit per year. He loves to take that money and sometimes he'll deploy back into the business a bit. Sometimes he'll just take that money out of the business and go and invest it in different things and whatnot. So that's obviously a business that's a great possibility of him picking up because he understands it. It's a simple business. He loves simple businesses that are really profitable. That's right up his alley. The next one is he's got a few different possibilities for the second one, okay? Basically, it's picking up another home builder. There's one company he could pick up called Century Communities. This is the smallest one of the bunch. He could pick this one up for somewhere around 1.2 to probably $1.5 billion. Right now, it has a market cap about $866 million. It has a forward PE on it of 7, super low. Pulte Group is another one he could pick up. This one right now is worth about $8.5 billion. He could probably pick this one up for between probably $12 and $14 billion. It has a forward PE of 8. That's right up his alley, guys. KB Home has about a $2.5 billion market cap on it. You probably have to pay somewhere between $3.5 and $4 billion for this one. That has a forward PE of just around 10. And then on top of that, you have Toll Brothers, which is another possibility. This one has a $7.3 billion market cap, so you'd have to pay somewhere around, I would say 11 to maybe $12.5 billion for Toll Brothers. That has a forward PE of 10 on it. They already own Clayton Homes, okay, so he already owns one home builder in Clayton Homes, and obviously he owns a lot of construction related businesses as far as, you know, things that they actually put into homes. On top of that, he also owns Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which is one of the biggest railroad operators in all of the United States of America. So we got a business here that he obviously fully understands. Like, home building is not a complicated business, right? That's right up his alley. All these stocks are trading at super low forward PEs right now, super low, right? So that's very interesting to him. Also, he can get cost synergies because of all his building products type businesses, right? And he owns one of the biggest railroads in the United States of America. And how do all these products usually get transported around as far as home building? Usually on rails. So he has a lot of cost synergies he could benefit from. These businesses would be an easy acquisition for him, and obviously he could buy all of them if he really wanted to very easily. The government might have a problem with that at some point in time. They might say, oh, you can't own all the main home builders out there. We don't think we want that or something. But as far as at least picking up one of them, it makes perfect sense to me that he would try to do something like that, guys. L Brands is the next one up here, ticker symbol LB. This one has a market cap on it right now of about $13.6 billion. He could probably pick this one up for between 17 and 19 billion dollars. They have a forward PE of under 14, so pretty low there. Very simple business, guys. They own Victoria's Secret, which sells lingerie. They also sell bras and panties and all that type of stuff. They own Bath and Body Works, which sells soaps and lotions, and they have the Pink brand, which sells very similar items to Victoria's Secret, except a little more apparel and whatnot. Very, very easy business for Warren Buffett to understand, right? Also, on top of that, it's a highly profitable business. It's a business that brings in at least $1 billion in profit each and every year. You know, look at that, $1 billion, then $1.2 billion, then $1.1 billion. It's pretty much a business that consistently brings in $1 billion plus. Very easy to understand business. It has a great balance sheet and whatnot. This could definitely be a business that Warren Buffett buys outright and just gets, you know, in his business portfolio. The next one is the most unrealistic, I would say, of the bunch, but it's still a possibility, guys. And this one is Under Armour, okay? We know this one has been a beaten down stock. So if you look at the forward PE, it looks super high at a 40 right now. It looks super high, but there's some cost synergies and whatnot that should happen over the next few years that should make them much more profitable. But up until basically last year, this was a highly profitable business. It was bringing in $200+ million per year. It wasn't until last year that, you know, they really had some issues there with management and whatnot. Now, for a deal to go through with an Under Armour, it's got to go through Kevin Plank because he has the majority of voting shares that actually matter, okay? So a deal would have to get approved by him. I could see him possibly approving a deal like this. One, because Warren Buffett is not someone that's a micromanager, and I don't think Kevin Plank would do good with a micromanager managing over him. Hey, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? Type thing. I think he just likes to run his business and go about it that way. Warren Buffett does not micromanage his CEOs and whatnot. He owns tons of different companies. He does not micromanage any of those CEOs. He doesn't have time to do that, basically, and nor is he interested in doing that and trying to, you know all these businesses inside and out and try to manage them. So Kevin Plank would probably, you know, sign off on it. Also, Kevin Plank's probably, you know, maybe a little burnt out, honestly, of being a public company. I mean, we've seen the stock get dragged, you know, into the mud this past year. You know, everybody's coming for his head right now. Maybe he's done with that whole, you know, public company. He could just go more behind the scenes, become a private company, be owned by Warren Buffett, and just kind of operate in the back shadows back there. Maybe that's what he'd be interested in doing. Like I said, that one's the most unrealistic of the bunch, but it's still a possibility. And the biggest one of the bunch, this would be a huge acquisition that I could see being a possibility, and that is Starbucks, okay? Starbucks right now has an $80 billion valuation on it, okay? I could see Warren Buffett having to spend between $110 and $120 billion if he wanted to acquire this company. Basically, he would have to unload all his cash to buy this one. This would be a huge, huge acquisition. I see it being a possibility, though. We already know he owns Dairy Queen and whatnot. This business has a forward PE of 20 on it right now. We know they're expanding around a lot of different places. The business is very easy to understand. They sell coffee, they sell frappuccinos and all that yummy stuff on top of some food items and whatnot. And this is a business that is highly, highly, highly profitable. $2.7 billion in profit a few years ago, $2.8 billion, then almost $2.9 billion. It should be a business that easily brings in $3 billion plus per year in profit consistently moving forward. And it's a realistic possibility, but it's a huge one. This would be the biggest acquisition I believe he would have ever done if he did something like a Starbucks deal. But with the way they're expanding around the world and whatnot, and the way this business is going to be throwing off $3+ billion a year in profits, I could definitely see Warren Buffett being interested in this one and buying them outright and whatnot. We'd have to see if the board of directors would approve on it at $110 billion valuation, $120 billion. That would be interesting to me. That was a pretty big valuation for a company that, you know, is a coffee company and food company at the end of the day. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this list. Do you think any of these 5 are realistic possibilities? Which one of the 5 do you think is the most realistic? I would love to hear from you in that comment section as always. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.